Hey guys, I'm Hey Kelsey J. I am a full-time photographer, model, and content creator, and today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects, how to pose in front of a camera. Today's video is at the beginner level for just starting out posing and modeling on camera, whether you want to be a professional model or just take cuter, more flattering photos of yourself for your social media. This video is hopefully going to be helpful for you. I am in the studio today to demonstrate the tips we're going to be talking about, so let's dive on in. Posing tip number one, make sure to have perfect posture. So when we're walking around this planet as humans, we kind of sink into our bodies a little bit and shrug because that's just what feels the most comfortable and relaxing. But when we get on camera, we want to look as flattering as possible. So we want to make sure that we fix our posture consciously. In order to fix my posture, I'm going to put my shoulders back, put them down, make sure my chin is up and away from my body a little bit so you can see my face shape, and then I'm going to engage my core. So from the side, this is probably how you normally stand, and then when you're fixing your posture, this is what it looks like. Yeah. Number two, know your light source. So a lot of the time we feel like photographers are the one that are responsible for knowing where the light's coming from and how it hits their subject. But if you want to be a good model, you're going to be aware of your light source and know that you're probably going to want to cheat your body towards it. I'm going to turn off one of these lights so I can show you what I mean. So as a model, when I get in front of the camera, I realize my light source is to my side. I'm going to cheat my body towards it so that I'm getting some more light on my face. Versus if I went this way, there's like no light on my face, and that's not going to be very flattering. Obviously that's very dramatic, and sometimes you do want side light to give off the drama, but in general, what's going to be most flattering is finding your light and working and posing towards your light. If you're ever outside using natural light and you feel like you're not sure which direction the light is coming from and which way is the most flattering, don't worry. Take out your phone, go to take a selfie so you can see yourself in the screen, then go around in a circle, as silly as it sounds, and it'll be very apparent to you which direction is the most flattering. That way you're gonna know, face that direction for the most part as much as you can. Everything is gonna be more flattering that way. Tip number three, make sure your arms aren't squished into your body. This is again going to be more apparent from a side profile, but this is kind of like how we are naturally, right? There's our good posture. Now, if I put my arm against my body, it's gonna look bigger. But if I put it away from my body and bend it a little bit, it's gonna look a lot more flattering. So from this to this, and then ideally this. It's already looking better. Tip number four, use ballerina hands. One of the things I see people struggle with the most is what to do with their hands on camera. This is gonna get easier over time with practice to remember that your hands are in frame and what to do with them. But the first mistake people tend to make is tensing up and having claw robot hands, whatever this is. A photographer actually taught me this when I started modeling when I was 17. So if you're in frame and your hands are stiff, what you're going to do is shake them out, and then you're going to make them as if you were a ballerina. So I mean staggering your fingers and your thumb and your pinky so that they're not just all straight and all together. So if this is my hand, this doesn't look good. But if I kind of mess around with it to make it softer, and I move my hands around, or like here, like if this does not look good, this can look better. This can look better. Okay, I hope that ballerina analogy made sense. All I mean is instead of putting your fingers together and keeping them straight, stagger them and bend them a little bit and make them softer, and it's gonna come off better on camera. Tip number five, learn to use your angles. When you think of your body, like this is it straight, there are so many different angles that you can make with it. You can make angles from your head. You can make angles with your shoulders. You can make angles with your hips, since I'm doing that naturally. Woo! You can make angles with your hands, like we talked about, our ballerina hands. We can make angles with our arms. Arm angles, we can put them up, we can put them wherever, we are angled. I'm already doing it automatically, but you can also make angles with your legs. So we pop them in, we pop them out. Obviously, a lot of times rules are meant to be broken, but generally speaking, the more angles you have in your body, the more flattering it's gonna look on camera. So if you are thinking about this from head to toe, your angles could look something like this. Let's see. Angle out, angle out, angle out, angle out. Like that's a lot of angles. We're working a lot of angles. So just think about your angles next time you're in front of a camera. If you're feeling stiff like this, just try to pop a hip, try to move an arm, try to mess with your shoulders. You can even change from your feet. change the angle of your head. You get the idea. And when you're posing a bit to the side, remember that the limb that's towards camera should be the one that is angled or bent. So instead of going like this, it is usually more flattering to camera to go like this. Same with your arms. Instead of like this, obviously we're gonna want like this. Number 6, use micro movements. Every time you hear the camera click, you should be slightly moving and changing your pose so that you have tons of different photos to choose from. You don't want to take 500 photos that look exactly the same in the same pose, so it's always good to continue moving. Again, every time you hear the camera, just move a little bit. So if we are doing a shoot right now, and let's say I started here, okay, I'm just gonna add clicking noises. Let's pretend it's clicking. Oh gosh, we're gonna go here. Okay, so I hope that made kind of sense. Basically, just like once you start practicing and know some of your looks and your angles, just keep moving around, and I promise that if you keep moving, at least one of them is gonna look good and flattering. So it's all about continuing your movement so that you get variations in your photos, and also so you don't look too stiff staying in one pose. Tip number 7, our final tip for today, take direction from your photographer well. I know taking directions seems like something that is pretty obvious, but I will say being able to listen while you're on set, understand what they're asking you to do, and being able to incorporate it into your movement and your posing in real time can actually be kind of hard because sometimes you have a lot going on set or on location. So I really think being able to take that direction well and understanding how you're going to incorporate it into what you're doing is what sets apart beginner models from more advanced models. So don't forget to listen and quickly be able to take feedback and move around based on what they're saying. All right, guys, I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions about posing and modeling and what to do on camera, feel free to drop them down below. I am happy to answer. Coming up next is going to be a medium level posing video that is gonna get a little more advanced than this one, so stay tuned for that. And I'll be releasing a posing guide soon to help you guys out even more. If you're interested in hearing more about that, all you have to do is sign up for my e-newsletter list down below. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you next time.